Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode series here, I'm going to be testing out the multi-tool oscillator. I'm going to need some flashlight here to brighten things up. And this is the attachment for it. And here's the situation, guys. There you go. That's what I'm going to be redoing. As you see here, it's separating, falling apart, you name it. Looks a little strange the way it's set up, but well, there it is. That's gonna be a little tricky. There's a pipe right there. I don't know if I'm gonna be messing with that pipe too much. Let's see what's under here. That's gonna be kind of hard. That's the hardest challenge right there, is that pipe. But hopefully the oscillator will handle that. And that's what I'm going to be basically trying to get out. And of course, we have here the flashlight. So there you go. Free flashlight, everyone. So it comes in handy. Look at that. Here's the rest of it. I'm going to do this side as well. This side's the same scenario. And man, the gel knee pads are going to come in real handy in this situation here. I see a little bit of cracking right there. I probably won't mess with it too much. It's hard to always get the mortar to match, so considering this doesn't really match anyway, they just want it to be a little bit better than what it is. And you can see there's some separation here. So I might probably going to do some caulking on this to give it a better look. You see this texture on the wall, and so that's the texture on the wall, just to give you an idea. So I guess the best thing to do is to go ahead and take it all out and put it all back in again and let it dry. And don't know the situation here or what happened, but it's obviously cracking, and so we'll go ahead and do our best to put it the way it should be. Anyways, so there we go. So that's the test today, and that's the blade I'm going to use it for. I did fold the attachment backwards like that because it was taking a lot of room in the bag. Of course, my tool kit here. So here we go. I'm ready to go. So okay, put you back in the holster, and I'll get ready to do this. We'll field test this. So I have not done this yet. I have not tested it. I've just tested it on wood, as you saw from the previous episode. I always carry some Allen wrenches or hex wrenches with me, standard and metric size, because you know, you're just not going to be carrying those things on you. It's most likely going to be a metric size here, so excuse me if it's dark, but I need both hands here to work. Let's see, I bet you it's a 5. And let's see if I'm right. No, it's not a 5. Maybe it's a 5.5. So I always carry these hex wrenches with me because you just need them, you know, both for your tools and for the job. Oh, it's gonna be a 6. Okay. So I left the other hex wrench at home. Oh, it's gonna be a 5.5. Okay. I thought I pulled the 5.5 out. If it's not metric, then it must be a standard size. Oh, well, okay, that's maybe a standard size. Okay, well, I got standard as well. So get both sets if you're going to be out in the field like this. Let's see here, what could it be, a 1/4 inch? Probably a 1/4 inch. That makes the most sense, but nope, it's not a 1/4 inch either. 7/32, maybe. Okay. It's odd. It's not fitting with 7/32 either, but that's the closest I can get to it, which that's going to work. Could probably done it with the other one, but oh well. So if you know, excuse me if you can't see this, I know it's a very poor lighting in here. But I'm going to do the best I can with the lighting situation. Oop. Okay, so I got that off, and then let me go ahead and just open this package up. So, okay, so here it is. Here's the diamond 3.5 diamond grit multi-tool blade. Supposedly you can use this with. Oh, shush. Let me start over here then. You can use this with masonry, on masonry to cut masonry, or grout or tile. So let's find. I'm going to be usually, excuse me, mainly using it on the masonry. Okay. Didn't cut enough. There you go. Okay, so let's put this on now. So I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to check if you guys are able to see. Okay, I'm going to put it on kind of like this. It fits perfect just like that. So if you saw from my previous episode, it's this washer, the cupping side goes down, leaving a dome, which kind of looks like a dome, and then the washer and the bolt go on top of that. I hope you're able to see that. So just get it on and then snap it into place. Make sure it's there. I'm gonna set mine up. I'm gonna set mine up to be this way, and it says 10 pounds torque. So don't know what that is, but just to make sure it's on tight, but probably not too tight. Just so make sure it doesn't vibrate off. Okay. And then, of course, if you know how I tie these things, see what, voila. Hope you all saw that, but it comes in handy. So put it in my outlet here. So make sure you don't lose this. I'll put this somewhere in these pockets here. And put your tools back. Don't have them laying all over. You'll step on them and all that good stuff, and probably break them and lose them and forget about them. Okay, so okay, go ahead and put my tools back in here. Okay, so let's plug this sucker in and let's give it a dry test. Okay, so it moved, it wiggled. So let's put on some safety glasses, and I know it's a little dark here, but I'll do my best to show you what it does or doesn't do. Let me first, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to get a chisel, but you can kind of see how delicate this area is. It's just right next to the drywall. So okay, you guys could see, good. And so let's see how it does here. start, but probably start at the top here. It's going to get a little noisy, so it's working really well. I'm just trying to vibrate, take this little piece out, and it's just cracking out. So I could probably take my screwdriver. Okay. Let's start with a little smaller screwdriver, and take you guys out, and just we should be able to just simply just pull this, just pick this off. Hopefully it'll cooperate and just come right out. Looks like it needs a little bit more finessing, but it's pretty much coming out. Again, I'm not going to be gentle with these screwdrivers because you know, I got them for free. So there we go. Look at that. It's just brittle and just comes right off. And so that's the gap I got to work with. So once I got that, I could work in there. Let's see here. Oh man. Voila, there you go. It's there's a gap exposed. It works really well. A little dusty. You may need a mask. But there you go. I'm just going to work it that way, and it looks like it without any problem. And this as it gets tighter to the wall, I may have a little issue here, but you know, you could. This should be. It looks like it works. Field test. Let's see how long it lasts. So I'm going to cut out here so I can just focus and concentrate. But you've seen it here as I did it. You saw it just as I did it. So here you go. It works. And just get the right attachment. This is the diamond grit. Yeah, it works on the mortar. I'm not trying to cut the brick yet, but it could be possible you could. So there you go. So thanks for watching, everyone. This is a field test update on the Oscillating Multifunction Tool. All right. Thanks. Bye. Well, everyone, welcome back. This is a little update here. So there you go. Took out as much as I can, cleaned up any mess to get down to the brick, the original brick, as much as I could. For that application, I did turn it around like this so I can utilize the edge, so I can get to that, as you see right here, so I can get to that little corner right here. You can't see that. Anyways, I can get to the corner, and I'll try to show you in this fashion, so you can get to like the corner right here and do it like, you know, get it up right under here like that. So that's how I got that little corner, because if you use the round part, you're gonna leave a round. It's gonna be rounded. It's gonna be rounded right here. You'll never get to it. So you can turn it around and use edge like that to get the corners and everything. Just be careful, because it does vibrate a lot, and I noticed that something was hitting my face, and it kind of stung a little bit. So I do have glasses on, but if you have a face shield, which I didn't bring mine, I didn't think I need it, but a face shield may be necessary too. This is, almost feels like sandblasting in some ways, but so far it's held up. I'm gonna look at the blade. The blade is holding up. I don't see anything wrong with the blade whatsoever. When I did turn around, make sure that the gap here, right here, where this, you can see where it meets, the black and the blade actually meet, this black holder part, that they meet up and they're really it's butt up right against it. Because if it's not, the screw you'll hear this a weird noise, and the screw will vibrate it right off. So just be aware of that. Just make sure that it meets and it's on snug. There are little hole pins, or there's little pins that look like they're sticking out that go into the blade. Make sure that they go into the holes and it butts up right here. So, anyways, I've been doing this for probably like 20, maybe 30 minutes. And I'm taking my time because I don't want to damage. It doesn't really damage the drywall, but it will. I did a little tiny damage right there. You can see that. See that? So it will damage the drywall, of course, if you just keep going at it. But that's not too bad considering if I used a chisel, man, I would have been in big trouble. So, but if you touch it against the drywall, it's not going to cut into it that bad unless you leave it there. So I'm just cleaning it up and prepping it for me to go ahead and put some mortar in and really push it in. And I try to get as deep as I could, but the blade just will not go that far. So you can see there's a huge gap in some of these. So there's really nothing there. I don't know how far I'm going to push it in, but I'm going to do my best to kind of clean it up as best as I can to make it look much better, to give it more of this kind of joint here. And the way I'm going to do that is I got this. I didn't get it at Harbor Freight, of course. There's two sizes, 1/2 inch and 5/8. So I just have to figure out which size it is. Looks like they're different all around. So I'll probably go with the smaller one. And what you do is you just put the mortar in and then you just squeeze it. I could have gotten a little round dowel, but and it just gets smaller and smaller. Sorry, smaller. So, but I figure I never worked on brick or tile, but I figure if I'm going to do it, I might as well just go ahead and get the tools. That way I can do it. It's quite a learning experience for me, and I hope it's a learning experience for you. And I just want to let you know, I'm not a professional. This is not my trade, but again, this is my first time ever doing this. And so, considering this is my first time doing this, and you're watching this, imagine what you can do now that you've seen this. So you could probably do this. I mean, you know how much this thing costs. I mean, it's just it's so inexpensive, and it worked really well. You just saw it. Look at that. And now I just have to do the other side. Once I do that, man, it's gonna look pretty good. I may go ahead and just well, I'm not sure if I'll do it all at once, or I'll do this much. I'll clean it out, and then I'll do the mortar all at the same time. I'll just move the tarp around, move it back and forth. That's not a big deal. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoying watching this and learning from it. Simple remodel or repair work. This is awesome. See, I need to get back in there a little bit more and just try to get as much grout out as I can. So, but just want to give you that update. So once I do the other side, I'll start grouting and I'll get back to you on that. Thanks. Hello, welcome back. Just an update on this. So far, got some trowels here and different things here. The mortar here. Okay, mixed it up. So this is what I'm doing, and you know, it looks really ugly, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Here's the finished side on one side. This looks a lot cleaner. It's still wet, but you can see it's clean. Has nice little clean lines and everything. And so, of course, I don't know if the color will ever match, but here's what I've been doing. You know, you take the tools, right? You've been taking these tools, and you try to jam it in. That's what I've been doing. I've been, you know, jamming it in and everything. But here's a better idea. Or you've been, you know, kind of just trying to push it in and somehow, but it gets sloppy. But best thing to do is basically do it like they used to do it before they had trowels. Just put on some gloves, grab it, and of course, you know, I got my 2-inch blue tape. Try to follow the original line of where the mortar originally was, and go ahead and just like a little putty, just put it on. And I know this looks really bad, and of course it does, but I'll show you where the magic comes from, because there is a little bit of magic here, believe it or not, in which all this starts coming really well together. So some of it's already drying up pretty here. So just pack it in. Just go ahead and pack it in. Don't worry about it. I know it looks ugly, huh? But in the old days, you know, they used their hands to pack stuff in, lay bricks. Looks like I'm gonna need some more. And it's gonna get a little messy, but that's why you have this down here, because it is going to get messy, but you'll see what's going to happen. This is hard to see, but go ahead and get some more. Just put it on here. And I used a small trowel because I'm working in a small area. So, you know, God, this looks ugly. You're probably thinking, what the hell is he doing, man? Man. And just go ahead, just pack it in there. Just lay it right on. This should be good enough. This should be good enough, because I think this is gonna work. And I'm really pushing it in. The whole point is pack it in there. And okay. So here's where the magic comes in, everybody. Okay, this is the magic, is use this. Remember I showed you this before? Well, you know, packing it in, go ahead and pack it with your hand. Save you a lot of time from using this thing. I did use it just to push it back into the crevice and everything. Make sure it's packed behind so it has something to hold. But after that, just use your hands, pack it in. And let me see, which one did I use? I decided to go with the 1/2 inch on this side. You see, I've already been using it. So, here you go. I'm going to go ahead and maybe I should start from the top, work my way in the bottom. So just go ahead and just start scraping away. There you go. So you pack it to scrape it away. And I know it gets really messy out there. There we go. That's all you're doing. Look at all that. Look at the excess come off. Let's take the excess, put it back in the bucket, shall we? There we go. Put it back under here again so it can catch some more. It's like catching Pokemon, you know? And that's all you're doing. Down here it's going to be a little hard, the pipe's right there. But turn it the other way now. Push it up. just, you know, that's what you're doing. You're just scraping away at it. then on the sides here, you see the little sides? Go ahead and scrape away at that. Make it join well together. There you go. So it looks really clean now. Spent a lot of time grouting that out so I could make it kind of even. There we go. See, look at that. So kind of already, it's already looking good, looking cleaner. Just go ahead and just pack it in and then take away. You're just shaping from here on. And guess what? This is the first time I've ever done this in my life. So if I could do this first time in my life, guess what? You guys can do it too. Just put it back just to be clean. Spill some here, but that's all right. Yeah, get yourself a little drop cloth, and then just clean it up. Just clean it up. I need to really clean the bottom up here. There we go. Just clean it up. I'm sorry. And there we go. So y'all can see this bottom one I can't quite reach. Okay, so after you do that, here's the other magic to make it look even cleaner. Is a simple brush, and brush away all the other parts of it, because what you packed in should stay in there. All the other stuff should just fall off. I'm just a little worried about this part right here. I don't want it to build up here. Okay. So I'll try to figure something out there. There we go. Just brush it away. Makes it look cleaner. And there. Let's take a flashlight to it. You saw what it was before. There we go. So there, it looks cleaner. I could clean up that big bulge right there a little bit more, but there you go. See, it's looking really clean now, really clean. Just smooth out the rough spots here, or leave them, you know. This bulge I definitely want to probably get rid of, so maybe scrape that a little bit more. Don't worry if you screw up, just put some more mortar on it, or take the oscillator and redo everything. Look at that. Just clean it up a little bit more. Scrape it off. That's all you're doing. You're scraping it off. There we go. And then you take the brush. And that's just got it. The key is to pack it. So just take your fingers and pack it really hard, and you're there. And yeah, it's gonna get, you know, sandy. And then here, just let's take off. Oh, let's go ahead and take off the just like paint, you know. Just let's just go ahead and take this off now, and you know, it looks much cleaner now. And yeah. There we go. So there, you got a nice clean edge, a nice indentation curve here to it. Of course, a little bit off the square, but it's a clean edge, curved, and it looks good. I don't know about the color, we'll have to wait until see it dries, but pack it in there so it stays in there, and hopefully that should be it. And just got to do a little clean up that little, make sure that doesn't build up. There's a pipe there, so I can't do much there, but I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Maybe even scrape a little bit more. That's a little bulging, but there you go. That's kind of what I want to show you, and I'm pretty much done. The oscillating tool did the job, and there you go. There's the update on it. The tool passes. You know, I'm not a professional by any means, but you know, look at the professional job that I did with this tool. Look at that. And so for simple grout or mortar repair or brick repair, some basic skill, basic knowledge of you know, mortaring, I guess, and some tools. Trowels, not really that important. The trowels, they do help. You know, you got to mix the mortar and your cement or whatever. But this is the key right here. This little tool right here. Or you could use a wooden dowel. So I did some research on that. Wooden dowel works, but I just went ahead and got this one because it's looks like it's metal or something, aluminum probably. And there you go, 1/2 inch and 5/8 round. All you do is just pack it in and just scrape it off. That's all you have to do. And you know, put a drop cloth down because it's going to get messy, but it should be real easy to clean. And so that's my point. And so I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope this was helpful. You know, I know this isn't like a rebuilding a car or some of the stuff that maybe y'all think I would do when it comes to tools, but you know, tool's a tool and whatever. But there, man, maybe I am a professional. What's funny is I just started doing this a month ago, so makes you wonder. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Get you more videos, more updates, more field tests, more whatever you want. You know, make a request, make a video response. Feel free to do whatever you want. So, thanks. Bye.